Welcome back to Metropole Business Center, and remember, you can always be a part of this exciting conversation by sending your feedback, comments, queries, compliments to our social media handles at Metropole TV KE on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, just like I promised right before we took the break, today we're talking about all things living a healthy lifestyle as well as fashion, and you're going to see me and my guest today are color coding. But so with me, I have none other than Zia Bet, who is the founder of Zia Africa. Unless you live under a rock or you don't have Instagram, you know what Zia Africa is. I know I do. Zia, I know you love my introduction.
I love that intro.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ingrid.
No, but for real though, Zia Africa, unless you live under a rock.
Yeah.
It was previously Zia Collection.
Yeah.
And I know you probably think I didn't know about it, but I did. If you go and check the Zia, I challenge you to go and check the Zia, previously Zia Collections inbox. I'm in there somewhere.
Oh my God.
You go check, you'll find me. Otherwise, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You look amazing. You look like the
So
fashionista that you are.
So do you, nicely color-coded.
Right, I love it. So to get into the gist of the conversation, I mean, you're an entrepreneur, and we all know that's one of like the hardest jobs that someone has to do. It's like devoting your entire life, immersing yourself into your baby. Why would you choose such a life? What motivated you? What inspired you? How did you even embark on this journey?
Well, it's been a long journey. I think it was inevitable. I've always been a creative of some sort. I've always been into fashion from a young age. I guess business was, every time I would try to get into employment, I'd end up coming out because I just need to create and need to focus on my things. So for Zia, I started Zia when I was in campus, and that was 8 years ago. And it started as a hobby, just like dressing my friends and then going to Gikomba, buying them clothes and selling to them over the weekend. And then over time, it evolved into an online Facebook store and later an e-commerce store, aiming to give women access to good quality clothing, affordable and unique clothing. Yes.
In fact, you mentioned something that I think is very interesting that I need to pick up on. I mean, you mentioned that you started a long time ago. And a lot of business people will say, I started a long time ago in campus as a hobby. But you know, when you follow the journey, somewhere it drops because it stays in that place of a hobby. So my question is, what did you need to do? What were the strategies that you put in place to shift it from being just a passion, you know, you're creative, this is a hobby, into actualizing it into the e-commerce business that it is today? I took many steps. For one, I put a lot of focus on it. I decided I'm going to quit employment and take on this path which I'm passionate about. Number two, I decided to align myself with like-minded business people. So most of my friends are also entrepreneurs, they're actually all entrepreneurs. And I got myself a mentor as well. So through that, I've been able to at least grow my business and create realistic goals that have helped me grow over the last 8 years to where we are now. So when you talk about, you really did this because you wanted to provide women with like good quality clothing. You wanted to make them feel good. With that said, we see a situation where there are a lot of online stores that also try to do that. But then when you actually get the product, it's not maybe exactly what they're trying to sell. My question is then, how do you ensure you have that believability, and which kind of person exactly are you targeting? I'm targeting the modern woman looking for good quality clothing, and they want to feel good and look good as well. I think for Zia, what makes us unique is that we are doing more than just selling clothes. It's easy to go and buy clothes off somewhere and sell them online. Many people are doing that, but we look for impact. We look to make you feel good just as well as look good. With every collection we put out, just like the one I'm wearing today from our collection. Very beautiful. Our recent collection. We do themes. So like, for example, this collection is titled In Full Bloom, and it's about women becoming into their own, their truest selves, breaking boundaries, you know. And I think people buy into that. You know, when you wear this, you remember that, you know, you're that woman. Right. Yeah. No, I feel like that if I wore that dress in my size, obviously, I would feel that way. You know what I mean? Because it's such a beautiful dress. But now, you mentioned that it's almost been an 8-year journey, right? And depending on who you speak to, again, as an entrepreneur, they'll talk about like it's been an 8-year journey of peaks, dips, peaks, dips. Would you say that has been the case for you? What has the journey been like? What have been the challenges? Like, what is that thing that kept you going in these 8 years and you're like, I just have to keep, you know, seeing this through?
For me, my passion is to inspire the women through my journey, and I think that's what's kept me going. I don't want to be just another statistic. You know, there's many entrepreneurs who give up after 3 years. A lot of them do, because that's when you've put everything and you're like, you know what, this thing is not working. But if you manage to overcome that, it's a great and rewarding journey, yeah. One of the challenges I faced was during the pandemic. Obviously, last year it hit everyone hard, and particularly for my business, I had just opened shop. So I had to close shop immediately.
You had actually opened a physical store?
Yeah, I had just opened in 2019, and then in March, here we are, you know, coronavirus. And I closed immediately, but that opened so many doors for us now as an e-commerce store. We worked on building the website, building a brand and rebranding into Zia Africa, producing locally because we were previously importing. But because now it's difficult to import, we started looking for manufacturers here and tailors here. So I think there has been ups and downs, but it has been very rewarding.
So is there still plans to maybe actualize your goal of having a physical store? I know you've said things are working right now, but is that still something you're considering? And, you know, for people who are heavy clients, what would you say on that front?
Yeah, we're definitely working on it. Maybe by next year we'll have a physical store again. But we're currently working on a warehouse. And we hope to employ women tailors only, mostly because I'm trying to create jobs for women, and I'm all about women empowerment. So I'm hoping to open a warehouse by October, and I think it will be a great start for Zia, made in Kenya and everything, yeah.
So you've really heavily pushed for the, you know, the idea of e-commerce, because it's obviously worked for you.
Yeah.
However, for someone who is trying to get into this and they're trying to fully run an online store, a lot of people will think, okay, it's going to help me get rid of rent. I don't have to worry about anything. So they think it's going to be easy. You know, I already have my stock. I'm going to open up a page. I'm going to open up a website. I don't have to worry about all the other costs that are, you know, someone with an established shop has to worry about. So it's really going to be easy. Would you say that's the case? And if someone is trying to go this route, what advice would you give? And what are some of, you know, the bottlenecks therein that they should anticipate?
Well, one of the things that has happened during this pandemic is many people have opened stores as well. So as you've said, the market is saturated, and you have to differentiate yourself from the rest. So you should first begin with your why. Why are you doing this? What problem are you trying to solve? You can't just come and say, I'm just selling dresses, you know. Why should I buy a dress from you as opposed to buying from another store, you know? Secondly, you need to learn and do a lot of research on your field and social media or wherever you're going to put up your store. These days it's a lot of algorithms and just understanding exactly what you're doing on the online space. So I'd recommend that you do a lot of research and interact with people who are there as well, and they can share with you some good tips.
Did you even have to go as far as, you know, taking a small course, or is that stretching it? Does it?
No, everything is online. Google and YouTube are your friends.
So now, this new collection that you just launched as recently as yesterday. I mean, you've slightly touched on it, and you've said it's supposed to help you feel like you're blooming. It's supposed to give you that confidence. But just talk us a little more through it. What should people anticipate? What does this look like? You know, and who exactly are you targeting with it as well?
Okay, so the collection is called In Full Bloom, and it's inspired by women right now who are going after their goals, chasing their dreams.
I'm that woman.
You're that woman.
We live together.
I remove for you the dress.
No, we live together.
Yeah, chasing their dreams, shaking tables. You know, the woman who is just not taking no for an answer. And you can see through the photo shoot that we did, every woman owned the dress or the piece that they were wearing. And for me, it's more than just a dress or a jumpsuit or whatever, because at the end of the day, we want women to feel like they're their best selves when they wear outfits. I want them to feel that they can achieve anything. And for me personally, only last year is when I realized there are so many limitless possibilities for women and men out there if you just believe. If you just believe, and you have to dream big. So I hope through my journey and through Zia Africa, people will be able to go after what they deserve. Yeah.
I mean, beyond insisting that collection you had me in mind, I feel like it's also kind of a reflection of your life currently, because I feel like you're doing it all. Beyond just being in this fashion space, I also know you're a recent author of, you know, should I call it a diet book? What should I call it? I know you just, you know, authored an ebook on the keto lifestyle. And it's a really big fad right now. Like we're seeing a lot of people embrace it, and it's really bearing positive fruits. I'd also like you to talk to us about that. What, you know, made you get on this journey, and also what are you intending to achieve with this?
So I started my keto journey last year, but after several attempts. I had tried many times to lose weight, but I was not consistent. And through my experience, when I gave birth, obviously postpartum, you're a bit insecure. And I was looking for a way that I can lose weight healthily and just change my lifestyle generally, start working out and eating healthy. So once I was able to achieve that, and I saw the results and even what it did to me mentally, I thought every woman needs to feel like this, and every woman can feel like this. So I'm going to share the knowledge that I have in the hopes that I touch someone or help change someone's life. So the keto diet is basically a high-fat, moderate protein, and low-carb diet. So you eat lots of nyama and veggies, and you cook with healthy fats, olive oil, and coconut oil as such. And within no time, you see results. If it's for weight loss, if you're trying to boost your energy, if you're trying to reduce PCOS, it's amazing. It's an amazing diet. Yeah.
It's also sounds like something I can jump on. I mean, hi nyama. Like, that doesn't sound like a challenge at all.
It's amazing.
Wow, carry me on this journey. But now beyond that, and I mean, now you're mixing. You're a fashion, I mean, you're into fashion, and now we've seen you take the route of being an author. What next? Like, what's in the pipeline? Are we then going to see you open the competition for Uber? What's next in store? And you could talk to me about Zia, the person, but also now Zia, the business aspect of it.
Well, just as I've mentioned, my main goal, I think, and my purpose here is to impact women's lives and help women discover who they really are and open up their minds to the limitless possibilities that are there. And I think in the next 5 years, we will open a shop for Zia. I'll be writing another keto book to follow up the one that I just wrote. And I intend to hire a lot of women tailors as well and create jobs for women and continue growing internationally. That's why we changed from Zia Collection to Africa, because we want Africa to be known and we want to spread our wings internationally as well.
Actually, I should have asked something important, even as you talk about this keto book, because I know we're all women. I just want to see one single woman out there who claim they've never tried, you know, like a diet, or I really would like to meet. At one point or another, we all like have insecurities where, you know, we need the kind of help that maybe you could have incorporated in your ebook. So for someone out there who's had and they want to access it, and you've mentioned it's an ebook, how do they go about that in terms of how do I get it, and you know, maybe cost even, just to make it easy?
So you can find the book. Do you look at the camera?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, so you can find the keto ebook on www.ketolife.co.ke. It's 1,000 bob only, but inside you will find a meal plan, recipes, how to go about keto, how to incorporate intermittent fasting, and even a shopping list, all in that one book. So visit ketolife.co.ke.
Thank you. But now, before I even let you go, I feel like it would be a disservice if I didn't ask you, for someone who for 8 years has, I would say, figured it out in terms of what they want to do, and you're doing it well. You know, you even know what your goals are, you know where you've come from, you've done an evaluation. For a budding entrepreneur who's sitting down and they're like, this is exactly what I want to do, but they just need guidance. They don't know how to go about it. They don't know what to start. There's so many misconceptions and myths out there that, you know, there's a lot of information on how to start a business, and it might not always work for. But what advice would you give to a budding entrepreneur who's trying to get into the same space as you are?
I'd say look for a mentor. Look for someone in your field who has already made mistakes and has experienced the journey before you. I'd say start where you are, even if it's starting small. A lot of people wait. They're waiting for, you know, a sudden $1 million so they can realize their dreams. Start small. Start with the resources you have, and believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one will. So the more you believe in your dream, the sooner it will become a reality. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Zia, for making time to, first of all, come and talk about your amazing brand, Zia Africa, as well as the Keto book. I really appreciate you. So again, remember, for our audience back home, you can always find her on social media pages. There's a work. Oh, wait, hold on.
Before you go.
Before we go. What is this?
Yeah, I brought you a gift from Zia. You can open it up.
Make me emotional. Should I open this on air?
Yes, you can.
I know who told you, probably told you the sizes.
It's for the cold. I know it's been really chilly, so we made you a sweatshirt. Then God made woman.
That's so beautiful. Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And that's so thoughtful. And I can't even talk about the quality.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's not overwhelmingly heavy, but it obviously feels so warm. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So for more such amazing products, guys, I can't even tell you about the quality. Oh, and the branding too, it's amazing.
Thank you.
So remember, guys, you can always go and find her on the social media pages, on the website, and support a sister. And thank you very much for watching. Guys, she's really disorganized me until I don't know how I'm going to close this show. Thank you very much for watching. That was Metropole Business Center. Remember, you can also be a part of this conversation. In case you have any questions, reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.